Hey everybody, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing two Project Life spreads. This first one uses Ali Edwards' Stories by the Month, and it is from this year, and it is the last week in May, or the second to last week in May. One of those two, and I had skipped that one. And I'm actually close to finishing the first volume of my Project Life for this year, which is really exciting. I think I've told you I have another volume from 2021 that I still need to finish because I keep forgetting to print a week, but that would mean that I almost have two volumes done, and it would be so exciting to show it to you guys. But for right now, I am using the May Stories by the Month. All my cards, just kind of mixed them together, and I went with the blues and the yellows and just a little bit of neutral with the brown. I have a chipboard that says the best of May, and I put that on a photo of my husband and I when we were on a hike. I just love that photo. It's so fun. And now that we have been going on hikes, I feel like I'm always putting pictures of us in Project Life, which is really fun to be able to do that. So I'm using sticker journaling in my project, and this happened. I just talked about 4 different little stories, like my scrapbook agenda video, doing some planning while my son was doing his homework, and then having an interesting conversation with my daughter about dreams and how people remember them and how some people don't. Now, on the 1, 2, 3, I talked about the photo of my kids hugging in the kitchen during the hectic dinner rush. And then the middle one is about the hike that my husband and I took. We got in a great hike before the heat wave. And then the third one, I had to create a little flip up because I was talking about the weekend and how my son was able to have some friends over for a soccer game. And his sister, my son's sister, my daughter, she had the best time in the kitchen playing with all the cornstarch and the soap and all the stuff. She went back to her preschool days. And then on Saturday, we went to a few different parks to get something to do and go outside. I also added a little speech bubble to the photo of my son and mother-in-law at a soccer game. And I'll have an insert that's a 4x6, 3x4 pocket page because we had Pioneer Day at the school. And we got to dress up in full costume, and it was so much fun. I think I posted about it in my Instagram stories when I did it, and I just had a blast dressing up. And I was in charge of an ice cream station with another mom, and so we just had the kids take turns churning the ice cream, and we wound up with 3 delicious batches that the kids absolutely loved at the end of the day. And it was just a great day. The kids even brought their lunches in baskets, and everything was wrapped up in cloth and fabric. And so it was tried to be authentic. I also grabbed a photo of some mom friends and I, which was really cool that I remembered to do that. And so I included that on the back of the insert. I have a little photo of my daughter enjoying her ice cream. Didn't add journaling at this time for that photo, but I might go back at some point and add it. Okay, I got page protectors. I'm so excited. I got some from Ali Edwards, and I am just chugging along, punching the holes, because they all need a hole in the middle, punching the holes and getting all my spreads in. And now I have this one done. And like I said, I'm close to finishing this volume 1, and I am excited to wrap up the first volume. And I hope you've enjoyed seeing this first little spread. I'm now going to move on to a spread in September because I knew that this video was going to be super short. And so I knew that I could include a second weekly spread, which is one of the things that I love about 6x12 is the spreads just come together really quickly, especially if you do a lot of behind the scenes work as far as digital planning and using digital supplies. So this is week 35, and I kind of struggled with this week, and I think it's because the kit says September and it makes you think of fall, but this was still a really summer-filled kind of week because of the heat and just the different type of activities, I guess. I don't know. But in the end, I made it work, and I just rolled with it. Some spreads, you're like, yes, this came together great. And other spreads, you're like, okay, well, at least it's done. That was kind of more along the lines of this spread. So I picked out September Gratitudes and Joys, those cards to start with, and then I had another card down at the bottom but I'm going to switch those two cards out, the Joys and the 4x6. I loved the tabs that came in the Stories by the Month kit, so I used a few of those, like I Love You and This Story. And this is where I kind of start switching the cards, because I noticed the Joys card has some chipboard that kind of corresponds, so that would be a fun layout to do like separately. I then decided to do a rainbow card, but then I was kind of thrown off by craft journaling card, or the off-white journaling card, and the gratitude white card. I don't know, you guys. I was just thrown off. So I decided to put transitions, but I'm going to change that again. So for September gratitudes, I had a lot of fun thinking about what we were grateful for. My husband and I were able to upgrade to a bigger SUV. Our school does a lot of field trips, and the kids have a lot of sports equipment. So it was really nice to be able to have that car. And then with the heat wave, we had a massive heat wave. That's why I included a screenshot. My husband and I still got a hike in, and I talked about how chicken salads, you can see it in the photo, they will forever remind me of being, at our house with my husband, boyfriend at the time, and we were having those during college, and it was just the best. We'd watch Deadliest Catch and have our Caesar salads. So I had to include those little stories, and now I'm kind of figuring out the rest of this page as far as like what I want to include for my journaling card. And I thought at first I might grab those tab stickers and make my own journaling card with maybe a stamped phrase, but in the end I decided to go with a filler card right there. Or actually, I think I moved things around. Yes, I put in the heart card that says embracing this season, and then another card that says taking a deep breath and moving forward. Because like I'm going to write in my journaling, this was definitely a week with a lot of ups and a lot of downs. There was the heat wave, so we spent a lot of time in the dark, just conserving energy and just staying out of the heat. It was a lot, and there was no soccer practice, and my kids tried out rock climbing, and at first they were all harnessed up, and they're like, nope, not doing this, but we got through that. So this week was a lot, and so that's kind of what I wrote, and that's why that deep breath card worked out. I also talked about how there was a parent meeting, and, we're working on teaching responsibility and working through that with our teenager, trying to get him ready for high school, right? Look, you guys, I even bought new albums. I have new page protectors and new albums because September is definitely going to be in volume 2. And like I mentioned earlier, these page protectors from Elliott Edwards, I just have to punch a hole in the middle so that way it fits in this binder, and then I can bring everything together and show you how it looks in the end. And I had a lot of fun putting these together. I love Project Life. It's such a special project. And I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing both of these spreads come together. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.